And due to circumstances beyond my control, we're back on the air on this Friday, 16th day of July, 2021. I'm Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your day with us. We hope you spend your weekend with us, at least a little bit of it anyway. Because don't forget, we're portable. We stream on our website. And so if you're out and about and you want to see what's going on the NCW Life channel over the weekend, we invite you to tune in wherever you go. As you can see behind me, the Red Apple Fire. Looks like they made some pretty good progress. I'll give you the latest on that. Not a lot of new information, but some stuff that you need to know about as the air tankers continued in groups of two. I watched them for quite a while yesterday. Looked like there were 8 of them total, and they would come down in groups of 2, scoop the water out of the Columbia River in a spectacular fashion over the top of the fire, dump, and return, and they did that pretty much all day yesterday, so it's not nearly as smoky this morning as it was 24 hours ago. Again, the latest information on that. We are expecting a considerably cooler day today. We hit 93 was our high yesterday, so you can make that now 29 consecutive days with our afternoon high temperature above normal. That is unprecedented, and our average high temperature for the month of July so far, 96.1 degrees. Our normal high this time of the year is 88, and that's about what we're going to get to today. We've got some marine air coming in. It's going to make the relative humidity go up a little bit. Going to make the winds pick up a little bit as well. It's going to be windy, about as windy as it was yesterday today. That's what they're expecting. But we'll have more relative humidity, and that's good news. There is no more red flag warning that was allowed to expire last night at 11 o'clock. So it was an important day yesterday, another important day today for the firefighters and the personnel working on the Red Apple Fire. That information coming your way. Plus sports. We'll preview what's going to be an exciting weekend at the WVSO. Tonight, you're going to have a chance to check out some of these rigs up close and personal. And then, of course, tomorrow night, they'll be racing pretty much all night long. Jeremy Anders will be my guest in the interview portion when we get to sports. Apple Sox lost the rubber game at the match to the Bellingham Bells. They have a non-league game, 2 non-league games this weekend, and we'll be carrying tonight's game. We'll have it for you live here at 6:30 on the NCW Life channel, plus everything else that you need to start your day. As we get going, it is 64 degrees outside of our studios. Let's take our tour, shall we, with our PTZ cameras. And once again, we'll use the cross camera, the Wenatchee Heights camera. As you can see, what a difference 24 hours makes as far as the smoke is concerned. Now, look how blackened those hills are. Gives you a pretty good idea of exactly how much of that area has burned. Last we heard, about 11,000 acres. That was the update that we got overnight last night. It's still only about 10% contained. Again, we'll get more information on the Red Apple Fire. But yesterday at this time, there was a lot more smoke emitting from the fire. Not so much today. I like it when I can tell you that. Camera number 2. I think we're all going to show you some various shots. That's the Omi Gardens camera. Now, yesterday at this time, it was considerably hazier in that area. Not so much today. Rocky Reach Dam there, Lake Aniat. Off into the distance, you can see the cameras moving a little bit. That's the wind. It's designed to move. It has a little give and take in those towers that the cameras are attached to. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to move in the wind. So that looks to be a pretty good shot right there. That they've making some significant progress, at least tampering down the fire and the fire's progress. Camera number 3. Again, another view. That's, I believe, from Steins. That's the Steins camera, so that's way above Kashmir, and that's pointing a long way back towards the back half of the fire, the western edge of the fire. By the way, there's been no change in the evacuations of the last 24 hours. That's a very long shot, and again, Steins Hill is susceptible to some of those breezes, and so that's why that camera is moving around. And camera number 4. It's yet another view of the fire from our Cougar Ridge camera. As we look down over there, that's the 97A corridors in your lower left-hand screen. You can see some of the steel mill complex, some of the packing houses and businesses along 97A, and that is where the fire is basically burning towards this Joaquin Canyon, but it doesn't look like it's really doing much anything right now. Whew, that's a big sigh of relief. That's from our Cougar Ridge camera, which is in the East Wenatchee area, again pointing quite a bit of ways away from where the actual fire is, but there's some pretty good views. These cameras have been quite a tool for us to use over the last 3.5 days. Nice work from Megan. Okay, so the weather. As I mentioned at the top of the show, there's going to be a push of marine air coming in from the Puget Sound area, and that's going to cool us down quite a bit. Highs will be mostly in the 80s around our area. We're looking at right around 88 or 89. Again, our normal high for this time of the year for July 16th is 88 degrees. But the winds will still be a little on the breezy side. As they come through the Cascade Gaps, we could see the occasional gust at 20 miles an hour in the Wenatchee Valley, up in Chelan and the Waterville Plateau. There is good news. The influence of that marine air that's coming in, that's pushing through the Cascades, is going to increase the relative humidity. So more relative humidity, cooler temperatures, no red flag warning. We'd like to tell you that. And a much more comfortable 89 degrees as opposed to what we've been having. So it looks like our streak of 29 consecutive days with our afternoon high temperature above average may come to an end today. 64 for the overnight low, and then we go right back to climbing that ladder. Sunshine, very little haze on Saturday, depending on the status of the fires. We'll get up to about 92, mid-90s on Sunday, close to 100 on Monday, slightly cooler on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But that 89-degree temperature is going to feel downright cool compared to the very warm temperatures we've had. Again, a little breezy today, a little breezy tonight, not real windy on Saturday, and we'll have no real wind at all to speak of by the time we get to Saturday afternoon. So that is your forecast. At 6.5 minutes after the hour, just a 1-minute break, so grab your cup of coffee or your donut from Glaze and come back and see us. I'll give you the latest headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Tipsy Canyon Winery has become the place to go for fine wine and unbelievable views of the Chelan Valley. And now there's even more to enjoy. A new bandstand hosts live music every Thursday night during the spring and summer. The oversized fire pit's a favorite gathering place in the fall and winter. Tipsy Canyon has become a year-round destination for wine lovers. And while things have changed, what remains the same is that at-home feel provided by Mark, Tammy, and Lexi Garland. Stay for the moment that becomes the memory at Tipsy Canyon.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to chelanpud.org/save today.
.64 degrees, northwest wind at 14 miles an hour. A little breezy today, considerably cooler. Relative humidity is going up. It's going to be a fairly comfortable summer day before we warm right back up again for the weekend. All right, we're going to show you some live PTZ shots, kind of a repeat of what we already showed you as I gave you the latest information on the Red Apple Fire. That is from our Omi Gardens camera. And that is basically where the fire is burning. It's burning towards the Swakane Canyon to the northeast, not far from Rocky Ridge Dam that you see there on your screen. In fact, I think we have a map of the perimeter of the fire. That is the latest information we have from InstaWeb. And there it is. So the perimeter is essentially Red Apple Road to the west, Warner Canyon to the northwest, Eagle Rock to the north. Again, it's burning towards the Swakane Canyon to the northeast. We cannot stress this enough. No homes have been lost. Nobody has been injured to our knowledge. Now, some remote outbuildings have been destroyed, but no primary residences have been destroyed. No changes in regards to the evacuation notices in the last 24 hours or so. It is estimated at 11,000 acres. It is still only 10% contained, but as you can see from the live shots that we've already showed you, much less smoke this morning than we had 24 hours ago, or certainly 48 hours ago. It looks like those air tankers and the helicopters dropping the water and the retardant on the fire have been doing great work, and they'll be at it again, of course, today. There's about 200 personnel, by the way, working on the fire. This is some incredible video we're going to show you. This was taken on Wednesday from our Birch Mountain PTZ camera. It shows the fire encroaching just before an aerial water drop that cut off its path. That is not time lapse, that is real time. Look how fast that fire took off. This is right near the summit, our Birch Mountain, where we have a PTZ camera. And then a water drop came, and boom, there you go. It really created a significant fire break. And then about an hour later, another fire break came with more water dumping. Just spectacular footage there. When I first looked at this yesterday, I was just amazed. So yeah, as you know, fire crews have been dipping water from the Wenatchee River and the Columbia River. The fire and just incredible footage there. Anything significant develops for the Red Apple Fire throughout the course of the day today, stay tuned to our Facebook page. Our homepage, our website, ncblife.com, has had so many people going to it and hitting on it, it's kind of been getting bogged down a little bit. So you want to go to our Facebook page for that. There is other news this morning. Authorities say there were no direct witnesses to the shooting that left two Wenatchee brothers dead on Saturday. The case appears to be a murder-suicide. One witness who spent that afternoon with 32-year-old Austin Lee Jones and 36-year-old Jacob K.S. Jones told police that the brothers were intoxicated and quarreling, and one of the two men had spoken about suicide. Police say their friend saw one of the Jones brothers carrying a combination .22 caliber rifle shotgun, but the witness then left the residence in the 500 block of Medhouse Street to go to the store. When he returned at about 5:50 p.m., both men were dead. Investigation. The state of Washington declared a drought emergency on Wednesday, saying the available water supply is projected to be below 75% of average in all but a handful of areas. Of course, heat and high wildfire danger are likely to persist for months. Governor Jay Inslee and fellow state officials held a press conference on the matter on Wednesday.
This drought declaration reinforces everything that our hardworking scientists have been saying, frankly, for the last few months. Statewide, this historic stretch of drought has left vegetation bone dry with record low levels of moisture and what we call fuels statewide. And the record-breaking temperatures have only made things worse. I said earlier this year that these conditions could create a particularly bad fire season. Frankly, as I face my 5th fire season, I think this is likely to be the worst of the last 5 years. And we know what it's likely to look like.
This wave of climate change is breaking across our state from east to west, north to south, in every particular climate that we have. We have to recognize this in some sense. This is the summer of climate change. And we are hopeful is the summer when we rally as a united state against this horrendous threat.
COVID-19 infections in the Chelan and Douglas County region took a slight uptick in the last week. The two-county health district reports 86 new cases between July 6th and July 12th, creating a case rate of about 91 per 100,000 members of the population. That's up from 60 per 100,000 a week ago. 4 people are currently hospitalized for coronavirus treatment. About 51% of people 12 and up in Chelan County are now fully vaccinated against the virus. In Douglas County, that figure is 44.6%. Health officials continue to encourage vaccination for all eligible people and masking and social distancing to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Douglas County Sheriff Kevin Morris says scam callers appearing to represent his agency have been trying to trick people into giving personal information away. Morris said in 2 separate incidents, the callers spoofed their phone number to make it look like they were calling from the sheriff's office and told victims they had failed to appear in court and they needed to turn over sensitive information. Morris says his office doesn't make such phone calls and victims should report any suspicious calls to their local police. As a reminder, Morris says their office will not contact anybody by phone making these types of notifications or requests. Also, you want to be aware of the various types of telephone scams which are currently in circulation and never disclose your personal information you don't know, and report all scam-related incidents to the appropriate law enforcement agency. And finally, this morning, for the 18th year, Serve Wenatchee Valley and the Columbia Valley Community Health folks are going to be providing free clothes, shoes, and backpacks for up to 1,000 area students. It's the back-to-school event. It is back this year. It'll be at the Town Toyota Center August 14th from 9 a.m. to noon. Pre-registration with Serve Wenatchee Valley is required to register, to donate, or to volunteer. Go to servewenatcheevalley.org. This is a promotional video that they put together to show you how the program works.
We all believe that a good education is part of setting yourself up for success in life.
We've really just been here with some parents in tears and lots of kids with smiles, just trying to know what's going to happen, and we're excited to have connections with kids.
Great to see the support and collaboration from all the agency here today.
Every year we do a Clothes for the Classroom event, and CVCH does a health fair.
It's just been a lot of fun to put it together, but we can't say enough about Serve Wenatchee Valley and Town Toyota Center for making it possible.
We can't do what we're designed to do, but we have all this space, and Serve Wenatchee and other groups just took it to the nth degree.
So the PUD came, Link came, Volunteer Attorney Services came, the Health Department is here, the Wenatchee School District and the Eastmont School District, they are both here also.
And we're just really proud to be here. It's an incredible community when we come together.
We have had hundreds of volunteers make today possible. Big thank you to the community for stepping up and volunteering. Just want to tell kiddos, we hope you have a great school year this year.
And we are so excited to be a part of this amazing event. Serve Wenatchee has done an amazing job of bringing out different community resources for our families. So we're just very thankful for this opportunity. No matter what your need is, we're here to be of service to all of you guys. Thank you for your time.
So today we're going to see another 400 families that are helped out in our area, thanks to Serve Wenatchee and the Town Toyota Center.
We're in this together, so thank you so much for being here.
This year, on Saturday, August 14th, Serve Wenatchee, Columbia Valley Community Health, and the Town Toyota Center will again be hosting a back-to-school event. To learn more, visit servewenatchee.org. When we all do a little, we can accomplish a lot.
And now you're in the loop for what's making news on this Friday, the 16th day of July 2021. The news will be back with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. And don't forget, at 6:30 tonight, we'll have Apple Sox baseball live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. To preview tonight's news, the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good Friday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, are you ready for a weather day with normal temperatures? Well, it's happening today, and I'll let you know how long the cooler weather will last in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has all the latest on the Apple Sox and Mariners. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. If you got a news tip, you want to drop us a note, you can use our Facebook page. It's a good way to go about doing it. Go to our Facebook page and click on the messenger. We'll get it. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. Go to our homepage, drop us a note that way, whatever it takes. If you have a news tip, we'd love to hear from you. All right, going to take a break. When we come back, sports, we'll talk the latest on Richard Sherman's trouble with the law. Also, the Wenatchee Apple Sox failed to take the rubber game of their 3-game series in Bellingham. They're back in town tonight. We'll also talk racing with Jeremy Anders in our interview portion of the program, plus the obscure holiday, today in history, celebrity birthdays, and opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. It's all coming up. Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Pretty much is the foundation of my day.
It centers me. It makes me just feel better inside and out.
It's part of my daily routine, basically, so I feel complete, you know.
Not just a physical health, but it's a mental health. And you could almost even say it's a spiritual thing for me to be able to get my workout in on a regular basis.
Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCW Life channel. Join us for live play-by-play coverage of the Apple Sox Friday, July 16th as they host the Cascade Collegiate All-Stars at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Pre-game takes the air at 6:30 with the first pitch at 6:35. It's the All-Stars and the Apple Sox as we celebrate summer one inning at a time, live on your local TV station, the NCW Life channel.
19 minutes after the hour, sports. The Seattle Times is reporting that former Seahawk Richard Sherman released from custody yesterday. He waived a hearing with a judge in King County. According to the paper, and I'm quoting now, the judge found probable cause that Sherman committed misdemeanor and gross misdemeanor crimes of second-degree criminal trespass and third-degree malicious mischief, both carrying domestic violence allegations in his attempted forced entry into his in-laws' residence, end quote. The judge also found probable cause that Sherman drove under the influence and resisted arrest. Sherman was arrested early Wednesday morning after allegedly threatening his wife and family members and then trying to break down the door of his in-laws' house in Redmond. The judge denied a $10,000 bail request and released Sherman that he promises to appear in court at future hearings. The judge also ordered Sherman to have no contact with his father-in-law. The Wenatchee Apple Sox opened up the game just fine. 4 runs in the first inning, but the bullpen couldn't hold it. And Bellingham pulled away with a victory last night. In Bellingham, the final was 11-5. The Bells kept chipping away at the Apple Sox early lead until back-to-back RBI doubles in the 7th gave the Bells the lead. They added another 3 in the 8th to seal the deal. The radio voice of the Apple Sox, Storeman Joel Norman, has the story.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox got the start that they wanted on Thursday night at Joe Martin Field as they scored 4 runs in the top of the first inning and even led by 2 runs going into the bottom of the 6th, but ultimately fell to the Bellingham Bells by a score of 11-5. Dakota Duffalo and Tino Bethencourt both picked up RBI triples in the first inning, but Wenatchee just could not hold off a late rally from the Bellingham Bells, and they dropped 2 of 3 games against their division rivals. Wenatchee returns home this evening to face the Cascade Collegiate League All-Stars at 6:35 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. And with your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thanks, Joel. Enzo Apodaca had another good game at the plate for Wenatchee. He went 3 for 4. Dakota Duffalo had a run, a couple of RBIs. Jasper Nelson was tagged with a loss. He lasted 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. As Joel mentioned, Wenatchee returns home tonight for the first of 3 games against Cascade Collegiate at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We will have tonight's game live right here on the NCW Live channel, beginning with the pregame at 6:30. Another WCL action yesterday. John Peck's 2-run home run tied it in the 6th, and a sacrifice fly gave Ridgefield the lead for good in the 7th. The Raptors complete the 3-game sweep of Port Angeles. They won 4-2. West Chambers went 2 for 4 with Ridgefield, for Ridgefield with the home run. Leo Mosby's 2-run base hit started a 6-run third inning for Portland. The Pickles topped Walla Walla 13-5. Matt Jew 3 for 4 for Portland with 3 runs, while Jacob Jablonski and Ryan Gardino each had home runs. Gardino's grand slam came in the 5th inning. Grant Taylor pitched 5 innings of 1-run ball with 9 strikeouts. Lee Corvallis over Cowlitz in a non-league game, 5-1. And Brock Molenda and Austin Plante hit back-to-back home runs to cap Yakima Valley's 13-3 win over Highline at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins improved to 13-0 in non-league games with the victory. Wenatchee has the only non-league game on the schedule tonight in the West Coast League. Again, Cascade Collegiate in town, 6:35 first pitch. Other league games have Yakima Valley at Cowlitz. Port Angeles will host Walla Walla. Portland visits Corvallis, and Bellingham travels to Bend. The Mariners begin their second half of the American League schedule. They're in Anaheim to take on the Angels. Chris Flexen will take to the mound against Andrew Heaney. Seattle is 48-43, third place in the American League West, a couple of games in front of the Angels. First pitch on Root Sports, 6:38 tonight. The rest of the American League West gets back underway tonight. Texas will take on Toronto in Buffalo. The White Sox will host the Astros. That game will probably be rained out. And Cleveland starts a weekend series at Oakland. Houston leads the division 3.5 games, I should say, 3.5 games in front of the A's. It'll be loud like it always is Saturday night at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Thunder in the Valley is this weekend. Track manager at the WVSO, Jeremy Anders, stopped by to tell me about all the excitement coming to the Oval for the first time since 2019.
And we're really excited about this weekend. We have one of our biggest events that we did not able to have during COVID because of what we put around it. And right now, we're looking to have an action-packed event. We have Thunder in the Valley this weekend, which is exciting. It's a unique event to most of our racing fans because it's all open-wheel racing. There's no really closed stock car racing. It's all open-wheel racing, and we're going to have huge car counts. We got drivers from all over the western United States coming. We even got a couple drivers that got in from Canada, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, Saturday night, you got sprint cars, you got the vintage racers, you got the economy midgets, you got the Holidays custom B mods competing with the Speed Tour mods. And Jeremy told me you can get a sneak peek at some of these automobiles tonight.
And from 7:30 to 9:30, we're actually taking over Gateway Park down at the bottom of 9th Street in East Wenatchee.
Yep.
And Clearwater Saloon is our sponsor of the event, Clearwater Saloon Casino. And so we're doing a pre-party from 7:30 and 9:30. We got specials. We're going to weigh tickets tomorrow. And we're going to have cars from each one of the classes on display at the park there. You can come check them out and get up close and personal and see and meet the drivers like that. and then maybe get your tickets for Saturday, because Saturday is going to be one of those shows you don't want to miss. And the weather is looking like about 86 degrees, which about race time comes about 84 degrees, which is perfect weather for racing up there.
Okay, Thunder in the Valley. The kickoff party is tonight, 7:30 to 9:30 at Gateway Park, right at the bottom of 9th Street on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee. And then on Saturday night, the gates open at 4:30. Racing at 6wvso.com for all the information that you may need. And unfortunately, for those who love to fish sockeye on the Upper Columbia, the sun will set on the season's fishery on Sunday. The Department of Fish and Wildlife say the catch quota for recreational anglers has been decreased from 10,900 to 7,500 due to a downgrade in the anticipated return. The Columbia River from the I-82 bridge in Richland to the Chief Joseph Dam at Bridgeport closes at the end of the day Sunday, July 18th. Anglers have until then to harvest 2 sockeye per person. The adult Chinook fishery from the Tri-Cities to Wells Dam and in the Brewster Pool, however, it remains open. And in addition, the area from Wells Dam to Brewster opens today for summer Chinook. Go get them. Keep your tip up. And by the way, quick little heads up for you fans of Cashmere Bulldog High School sports. They have named 3 new head coaches taking the reins at 3 different sports at Cashmere High School. Eric will have that story for you tonight during the news at 5, 6, and 10. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. It's 26 minutes after the hour. And today's obscure holiday. Today is National Personal Chef Day. Yes, personal chefs. Not private chefs. There's a difference between a personal chef and a private chef. A private chef usually works for the uber wealthy, lives on the premises or on the property. A personal chef usually has a lot of clients. They're sole business people or they work for a company. A personal chef, as opposed to a private chef, a personal chef prepares the meals usually in their own commercial kitchen and delivers the meals to the clients already prepared. All I got to do is heat them up. A lot of people like personal chefs because they can create specific meals to meet their dietary needs or the very preferences of the clients. Being a personal chef is a very competitive business, and it's not just cooking. You got to do the shopping, and you got to do the cooking, and you got to do the cleaning up, and you got to make sure the meals are delivered to your individual clients at the right time. They work hard. They spend a lot of time on their feet. If I had the money, I would have a personal chef. I have a couple of friends who have done good for themselves money-wise, and they have not been to a grocery store in years. They have a personal chef who does all of their shopping and cooks all of their meals in advance, and all they have to do is heat it up. Not a bad deal. And by the way, these people I'm referring to, my friends, they weigh a lot. Thought I'd throw that out there. Happy National Personal Chef Day today. 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, make it 56 in a row for Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. 80 years ago today, DiMaggio goes 3 for 4 at the plate. He extends his hitting streak to 56 consecutive games. 80 years later, it is still the Major League Baseball record. Nobody has even come close to his 56-game hitting streak. The next day in Cleveland, it came to an end. 56 in a row for Joltin' Joe. The atom bomb, in theory, works, but you don't really know until you test it. You gotta test it. So they went out in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico on this date 76 years ago today, and there it is. Actual footage of codename Trinity. The atomic age officially began when the United States successfully detonated a plutonium-based nuclear weapon. Again, it was in the middle of New Mexico, out in the middle of nowhere. You can go visit it now. There's an obelisk there. But they didn't really know if it worked. It worked. Word got back to Harry Truman, okay, we can drop an atom bomb. We're pretty sure it's going to work. And of course, less than a month later, we did exactly that. The atomic age is 76 years old today. July 16th, 1948, 4 hijackers stormed the cockpit of the seaplane, the Miss Macao, during a flight from Hong Kong. They were attempting to rob its wealthy passengers. This is 1948. To fly in a seaplane anywhere, you had to have a lot of money. So 4 hijackers got together and figured that people on the airplane have a lot of money. This was the first ever hijacking of a commercial airplane. They stormed the cockpit. The pilot was shot and was killed. That caused the plane to crash. But believe it or not, one person survived, and that was one of the hijackers, Wang Yu. He survived by jumping out of the plane right before it hit the water. He was brought to court by the police, but the court said the prosecution should be in Hong Kong because that was where the plane was registered, and most of the people on the plane were residents of Hong Kong. The British colonial government, who ran Hong Kong, said no, the Chinese should prosecute Wang Yu because it happened over Chinese territory and they had no jurisdiction. The two governments couldn't figure it out, so in the end, Wang Yu was released without trial. The first hijacking. These things never work out, which is probably why they don't do it anymore. They're off to the moon 52 years ago today, Apollo 11. The first mission to land astronauts on the moon takes off, launched from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Kennedy, Florida. Of course, it took about a day and a half to get there as the America held their breath, but there they go. They're on their way to the moon. I have a friend, a very smart friend. He's well-educated. He is absolutely convinced that no person has ever set foot on the moon. He is convinced that all the moon landings were all faked, that they shot everything in a studio in Arizona and they just sold the whole thing. He's a smart guy, well-educated, has made himself quite a name for himself, and yet he's convinced that we've never been to the moon. I don't know. 22 years ago today, he was en route to his cousin's wedding. His cousin Rory was going to get married at the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. John F. Kennedy Jr. piloting the plane, the Piper Saratoga aircraft. He died. His plane crashes into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Martha's Vineyard. His wife, Carolyn Bessette, and his sister-in-law, Lauren Bessette, are also killed. Here's Dan Rather from CBS News.
About that as the day goes along, but let's clearly understand that this is a vulnerable and somewhat fragile aircraft in that it's a single-engine plane and that it was flying in hazy conditions. This is not to say that the aircraft has even crashed. We don't know that. What we do know, it's been missing now for quite a long time because it was due to arrive in Martha's Vineyard, according to the best available information, sometime before midnight last night. So it has been missing on the order of about 12 hours plus. And you see the area from West Caldwell, New Jersey, from where the plane took off, headed for Martha's Vineyard. They would be over water. Some of the time would be a kind of normal flight course.
And finally, birthdays on this July 16th. Happy birthday to Jimmy Johnson. He's 78 years old. He was the first coach ever to win a National Collegiate Football Championship with the University of Miami and a Super Bowl, a couple of them with his Dallas Cowboys. Only two other coaches have ever done that, Barry Switzer and, of course, Pete Carroll. Jimmy Johnson, 78 years old today, and Will Ferrell, who hasn't made a decent movie in about 10 years. His first few movies after he left Saturday Night Live were pretty good. Anchorman, the Talladega Nights, pretty good. And then he did The Other Guys, and then the Anchorman 2, which wasn't too bad. Elf was okay. You can do better, Will. You're really funny. But your movies over the last decade or so haven't been up to par. But we love him anyway. Happy 54th to Will Ferrell. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. And then we're talking racing. We're going to drive fast and turn left with Jeremy Anders tomorrow night at the WVSO. Jeremy is my guest. We're talking racing when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hey folks, Carrie here from Blueberry Hills, here to welcome you back to all the delights of both indoor and outdoor dining. As things continue to normalize, you can expect the same great experience that's made Blueberry Hills a true family favorite for the last 20 years. We've added a few new items to the menu, but not to worry, because we're still serving up your old favorites too. So come on out to Blueberry Hills, where people fall in love at the very first bite.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
This July 23rd through 25th, enliven your senses at the Lake Chelan Lavender and Art Festival. All ages are welcome to discover the world of lavender and beautiful art on display. Experience the art show, guided workshops, lavender demonstrations, and crafts for kids while enjoying live music, award-winning wine, delicious food, and more. Get your tickets at ChelanLavenderArt.com. See you this July for the Lake Chelan Lavender and Art Festival at Siren Song Farms.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Chelan Wireless is your Verizon authorized retailer featuring the latest iPhone and Android devices. Personal or business, they have the plan and the customer service you're looking for.
In these challenging times, Bear Foods is open and ready to help. From health to diet to home, we are here to take care of your needs. Bear Foods, the good food store.
From home furnishings to the latest in home entertainment technology, Deepwater Home and Electronics can provide the selection and the connection for your wireless world.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I really made a decision as a mental health professional and for someone who provides treatment to domestic abuse perpetrators. I'm going to deal with issues of respectful relationships with the adolescent young men who come to me for counseling. Now, I'm going to do this with each one of them. I ask each one of them, what kind of man do you want to be? Someone who respects women and children, who treats them with care and consideration, or something else? Now, of course, they all say they want to be decent, good men, but honestly, we have to help our young men and boys to fully understand what it means to be a decent and respectful man in this society. Yes, we do. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around North Central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
This is Kelly, owner of the Original Children's Shop in downtown Wenatchee. We strive to bring you the most quality, fashionable, and fun clothing for your little ones, along with gifts, toys, and accessories. I look forward to meeting you soon at the Original Children's Shop.
We are back on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. My guest this morning, his impact on the local racing community is so immeasurable that nobody has even bothered to measure it. That's how big it is. Making his very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the general manager of Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Give it up for Jeremy Anders, everybody.
Thanks for having me. My first appearance.
Yeah,
right?
First time ever on this show.
First time ever, yeah.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm, it's been a crazy week here because we have back-to-back race weeks. So, but we're in the kind of the meat of the season, and we're really excited about this weekend. We have one of our biggest events that we did not able to have during COVID because of what we put around it. And right now, we're looking to have an action-packed event. We have Thunder in the Valley this weekend, which is exciting. It's a unique event to most of our racing fans because it's all open-wheel racing. There's no really closed stock car racing. It's all open-wheel racing, and we're going to have huge car counts. We got drivers from all over the western United States coming. We even got a couple drivers that got in from Canada, so we're excited about that.
Oh, cool. Now that everything, of course, is wide open and we're back to pretty much back to normal, your life is it has gotten considerably busier, I'm sure. But before we go any further, talk about last week. What a huge, successful promotion that was for the kids last week.
Yeah, it's a promotion that I would love to say that it was my promotion I thought myself, but a promotion I saw another track in the Northwest do, but I put my own little tweak on it, and our original goal was to do 25 bikes to give away to kids at the races, and to reach out, and we had a great sponsor, Dixie Air Conditioning, is our sponsor of our kids' night, and we want to do kids' night fun. We let all the kids 12 and under free, and as they come in, they got a raffle ticket, and then they got to go and choose which bike they wanted to win. So they actually got to walk around. We had cups in each one, and we started with 25, and the next thing I knew, we're at 30, and next thing I knew, we're at 35, and next thing I knew, we're at 40, and a couple days before the race, we're up to 50. I'm like, okay, we're doing good. Then we got to 60, and then the morning of the race and everything else, things trickled in, and by the time we gave away 79 bikes.
Wow.
So it was pretty amazing, and the coolest thing about it was we were like thinking bikes, whatever, and all my kids have helmets, whatever, but it just kind of slipped my mind, like, okay. And then I had a couple of people start bringing helmets in, and then more people helmets. And then I had one of our racers, Don Stevens, and a couple other people go out and buy bulk, and Don was able to raise some money with a few people, got some donations from the Wenatchee Police Department from their helmet supply, and every single kid walked away with a bike and a helmet. So we knew they were going away safe, which was really cool. So we figured out it was like about $7,000, $8,000 in bikes and helmets we gave away. So it was, and there was some like nice bikes. Like there were some bikes I wish I was a kid I could have won. So we had this one that was like a Hot Wheels bike. It sounded like a race car, whatever. And the coolest thing was there were so many happy kids and smiling kids, and we got a lot of people that had never been up there before. They wanted to come try it out, and I think I had maybe 3 or 4 kids. I had one girl who was in tears, and I was just like, oh God, and I thought she was in tears because she didn't like win a bike, but she was standing next to a bike, so I was like, okay, she's in tears. It was her first bike she'd ever got in her life.
Wow.
And so I was like, that kind of, that felt pretty cool and stuff like that. And we had some amazing sponsors, and we had sponsors who stepped up and bought 5 bikes. We had sponsors who stepped up and just bought 1 bike. I had one sponsor said, hey, here's a check, go buy what you need to buy. Big thanks to Walmart Wenatchee. They donated 5 bikes. Then they gave us a discount in order to buy more bikes for our people. I know there was at one time on Saturday morning of the race day, people are calling like, hey, I want to buy a bike, but I can't find any that are put together in Wenatchee. I'm like, yeah, because we bought them all. I think we cleared the racks at a couple of the different stores. We bought bikes from 3 or 4 different stores in Wenatchee. Wow. And so, so it was a little economic boost too, I guess. So, yeah.
And maybe you planted the seed to get, hey, Mom and Dad, let's go to the track on Saturday night. I want to go watch the racing again, right?
Yeah, and we had some of our modified set up there by the kids. The kids got to see the race cars fight that, and which are racing this weekend. So it's kind of a trickle down to show what's going on this weekend. And that was our hope, is that people can come try it out and experience it for the first time. And we had a great race down the track. And we had the Bandoleros, which are the 8 to 14-year-old kids. The funny thing was actually how many kids. I had parents come and say, hey, so how much do those cars cost? And, their kids like, well, that kid can do it. Why can't I do it? So I think actually for sure, I know one car actually got bought from a family that was there this past weekend. So I know that it worked in some way, an effect. But the cool thing was just seeing the smiles and people enjoying it. And it was great weather and it kind of trickled down. This is, we have back-to-back in July, then we're off for a few weeks. So we got one more big event this weekend.
And the crowds are back big time. People missed being there, didn't they?
Yeah. We July 1st, we're back to 100% capacity. And they definitely missed being there. We were doing pretty good crowds for just that we were at the 25% capacity and 50% capacity. I really wish I could have had 100% capacity for those first 2 races because we pretty much sold out ahead of time. We couldn't get any more people in there, and I had lots of people calling and stuff like that. So, but hey, we'll take what we can get. But lucky enough, that first race, we had you guys up there to showcase what was going on to those other people. So we got big events coming up in August, which we definitely need the 100% capacity for. We got boat races coming, which is the carnage and chaos of Bump to Pass and boat race. And that is one that we literally sell out almost every single year for. So we're excited about that.
We loved doing Bump to Pass a couple of weeks ago up at the WVSO because you're 2 laps into the race, you have no idea who's in the lead anymore.
Yeah. I think I told your camera guys, I said, don't worry about the leader. You're going to find, just make sure you have 1 camera in each corner because it's going to be chaos and carnage, and that's what it is. And you think that was chaos and carnage. Wait till we put the boats out there because the boats, they literally, they get destroyed. I think I'm up I have 6 or 7 at the track right now. I need to get 3 or 4 more, but we'll literally destroy them.
So you mentioned tickets. How do you go? You had to do 25% then 50%. What is the ticket protocol right now? Do you still recommend that people go to your website and buy tickets in advance just to help, expedite things, or is it just show up and here's my money and I'm in?
It can do either way. I would definitely suggest if you're going to buy with a credit card, buy online because we have Sky-Fi up there, like that. But our machines like that. It's a little when we have the credit cards, it slows things down up there. But I definitely say either one works. Tend to get in a little faster sometimes when you buy online. So this weekend's going to be a good sized crowd. Tickets are going really well for it, and we have a unique event that we usually don't have. These are one that we get a lot of out-of-town fans for as well. So I know just watching the zip codes and the sales that would have happened so far for pre-sales, we have a lot of people coming to this race this weekend.
You brought a video with you. Let's go ahead and throw that up, and you can narrate what the folks at home are seeing. Jeremy, use the monitor. Folks at home, use your televisions.
So this weekend is our Thunder in the Valley Sprint Car Show. These are the sprint cars right here. The fastest cars you'll see at WVSO of the year or ever. So right now we have about 20 cars coming in from all over the Northwest and West Coast. These drivers here, they will turn about 11-second lap. The all-time track record is a 10.512, which is actually the 14 car right there. That is Aaron Wilson, who actually, we think he's getting across. And he set the all-time track record, and we have drivers that are going for that track record. So it might get broken again this weekend. 10.542, he literally was they never let off the gas. And it's a triple sanction, which is interesting. So we have the NSRA, which is kind of the Northwest Sprint Car Association, the Speed Tour Series, which is based out of the Boise area, and the Granite Series, which is based out of the Monroe area. So they're all coming together to race against each other, which is going to be really fun. And they're really exciting to watch. If everything goes right, you can see the cars there. They're big winged, 1,000 horsepower machines. They fly around the track. They'll be sideways at Wenatchee, and they all love Wenatchee because there's so much grip on it. And then on top of that, we have the modifieds. So you saw Chad Holliday's car there, the 31 car. We are doing something we've never done before. Is we have the Holiday's Custom Muffler B mods, which have been kind of they got life last year by starting out, but then this year they've really boosted up, the car counts. And so we're taking our 10, 11 B mods that we have, and then we're putting those together with about 10 or 11 Speed Tour mods from the Boise area. They usually get about 14 or 15. They got 10 or 11 travel up here. We're gonna have 20 plus mods on the track, all going against each other. The rules packages are very similar to each other, and open modified racing is really crazy. But it's even crazier when you have 20 plus. The last time we had 20 modifieds on the track at WVSO was back in 2008.
Okay.
So it's been a long time since we've had that many modified. So we're excited about that. And then you add on there the Focus Midgets, which you guys see those last year. For some exciting racing there. They normally race on dirt a couple times a year. We toss them on asphalt. They got 14 or 15 cars coming from all over the Northwest for that one, and we're excited about that. They have some really good young talent coming in, but they got a lot of veteran racers who are very familiar with people in the Northwest. Rebel Jackson, his dad was one of the all-time great open wheel racers in the country. He's racing out there now, and I think he won it last year. And then we have one of our favorite classes, the vintage West Coast Vintage Racers, which pretty much they take like the old 1950s, 60s, and 70s old sprint car chassis, they resurrect them. There's beautiful machines, whatever. And I used to say it was a lot of the older guys having fun, but now they found the speed back in these things, and now you have some of like the younger drivers. They're putting younger, like some of the older guys own the cars, but they're putting some younger drivers in there. So a couple of guys like Levi Rose and Chris Oakes, who are racing the sprint car race, are doing double duty and racing those cars. And there's some really cool machines, and they are loud. But they're if you went to a race back in the 70s or 60s, it kind of throws you back in that nostalgia side. So we're excited. I think we have about over 70 cars coming. Only 9 cars are local Wenatchee cars. So we have cars like, it's a very big economic boost for the community because they are packing the hotel rooms. I don't think there's any hotel rooms left. And we're excited.
Where do you put them all in the backstretch? Do you have enough room for?
Yeah, we have about 84 pit stalls. So every once in a while, like during Leonard Evans weekend, we overflowed pretty good, stuff like that. So there's sometimes some weekends we do. And I will tell you this: if the border was completely open, there's about another 15 or 20 cars we would have had coming down from the border if it was completely open. So this event, we kind of changed it a couple of years ago, and now it's really changed to be one of our prestigious events that we have. And I wish the border was open because, like I said, we'd have about 20 more cars. And on top of that, the fans from Canada, they love to come to Wenatchee and watch because it's kind of like a standardized track that they come down and watch. And open wheel racing at Wenatchee is just unique because the grip that we have there just provides for some great action.
And of course, we couldn't do the big rigs last year or this year because the vast majority of the big rigs were coming down from Canada.
All but one, yeah.
All but one. So,
but there is a chance.
I was going to ask.
So we are hoping. I've been in talk with the big rigs quite a bit the last month or so. Our hope is that the border opens here maybe at the end of July, and we can try to slide them into one of our August dates. They're actually doing their first race in 2 years. I think in 2 weeks up at Saratoga Speedway up in Canada. So they're just going to see how that goes up there, make sure all their trucks are good to go, and then their hope is to come down here and do like a 2 or 3 week tour and try to hit some more tracks. So I kind of have a date penciled in for them and circled that I'm not kind of doing anything else with right now, and we'll see if it works out. We're excited about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But and then one other thing we have that's going on this weekend is I want to toss out is you can have a chance to go and see the cars up close and personal, and we have a pre-party. So tomorrow night we have practice at the track. You can come and watch practice. It's from 3:30 to 7.
That's Friday night.
That's Friday night. It's open. It's free. You can come watch practice, get a kind of a tune of it. And then from 7:30 to 9:30, we're actually taking over Gateway Park down at the bottom of 9th Street in East Wenatchee.
Yep.
And Clearwater Saloon is our sponsor of the event, Clearwater Saloon Casino. And so we're doing a pre-party from 7:30 and 9:30. We got specials. We're going to wait tickets tomorrow. And we're going to have cars from each one of the classes on display at the park there. You can come check them out and get up close and personal and see and meet the drivers like that. And then maybe get your tickets for Saturday, because Saturday is going to be one of those shows you don't want to miss. And the weather is looking like about 86 degrees, which about race time comes about 84 degrees, which is perfect weather for racing up there.
Yeah, weather is going to be very pleasant. It's going to be sunny and warm and not hot, and we'd like that.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's just good to have the WVSO back in full operations again. I know you missed it. How you doing on staffing? I know you're a little worried about getting enough warm bodies to make the burgers and pour the beers. Are you okay there?
I would say it's been an interesting year for everybody in staffing. We're struggling just like everybody else has. It's been it's very unique time for hiring employees. I think that's the easiest way to put it. And I talk to people. We're kind of in a unique situation because a lot of our employees are just seasonal employees, one day a week, or 3-4 times a month or whatever. And lucky enough, we've got some good returns. We get back every single year, so that helps out. And we've gained a few more employees. So I think we're finally at the point where we feel comfortable for now. So we'll see how that goes as we continue on the season here. So it's just I feel for employees who are businesses who are open 7 days a week, 8 days a week, or 7 days a week, just because I can see how tough they're doing when it's our struggle for just that 1 day a week that we're doing. So.
WVSO.com. WVSO.com is everything you need. You can buy your tickets in advance, as Jeremy mentioned. It expedites your way through the line a little bit. It helps, and even though Sky-Fi is a tremendous technical achievement, it can get bogged down if there's a lot going on. So, just get your tickets in advance And again, Friday night, the place to be is at the bottom of 9th Street. You can look at the cars up close and personal. And Saturday night, gates open at
4:30. Qualifying, which you want to be most of the time qualifying, like oh yeah, but qualifying. These guys are going for the all-time track record. You want to be there probably about 4:45 for qualifying, and then racing action at 6 o'clock. And once we get racing on this weekend, we go nonstop. It's like 6, and we're probably, I mean, everything goes right, we'll be done by about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then we'll be all enjoying, relaxing for a few weeks before we race again.
I've seen Jeremy do some Facebook posts saying another great night at the track, and it was 2:30 in the morning as he's locking up. So hopefully you'll get to bed at a decent hour on Saturday night.
Probably not, but we'll see.
So, making his very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Jeremy Andrews, the general manager of Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Have fun on Friday night, have fun on Saturday night, and everybody have fun this weekend as well. And we'll be right back.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bombfile Boats and Motors. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. They have what it takes to make boating fun and hassle-free for the summer. Then as that garage and driveway fill up in the fall, one call is all it takes to learn about their convenient service and storage packages. Now's the time to call and find out why Washington boaters have been trusting Bombfile Boats and Motors to service, store, and maintain their boats for over 70 years.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
All right, almost done with this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. In fact, if you stand on your tiptoes, you can see the weekend from here. And as you can see from behind my shoulder from our PTZ camera located at the tip of Wenatchee Heights, there's considerably less smoke from the Red Apple fire than there has been over the last couple of days. The airdrops really got the job done yesterday. Not a lot to tell you right now update-wise. Still only about 10% contained. Still about 11,000 acres. All the evacuation levels remain the same. No primary homes or structures have been damaged or destroyed. Some outbuildings in some of the remote areas of the fire have been destroyed. They're going to be working on it again today. Basically, the fire is burning slowly to the northeast towards the Squaquin Canyon area. If there's any significant developments today on the Red Apple fire, we'll let you know. Your forecast is a pretty good one for you firefighters. It's going to be a little breezy at times. We're still going to have some marine air pushing through the Cascades. So look for a little wind, northwest wind about 7 to 14 miles an hour. Gusts a little stronger than that at times. But the real key here is it's going to be cooler, quite a bit cooler than what we've been seeing, only about 88 or 89, which is our normal high this time of the year, and the relative humidity will be up. So we no longer have a red flag warning. Still a little breezy, but cooler temperatures and moister air is a good combination for the firefighters. Then we start warming right back up again. We'll be to 92 on Saturday, 97 on Sunday, back to triple digits. We're used to that on Monday and Tuesday. So all in all, a pretty good day for the fire crews, not only on the ground but in the air, to tackle the Red Apple Fire. Don't forget, we got baseball tonight at 6:30. Wenatchee Apple Sox. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.